And to the whole PlayStation design, engineering, and development team, thank you for being uncompromising in the pursuit of a revolutionary new console.
It's November 15th, 2013, and Sony just unveiled a new console. Yes, the PS4 with the blue line in the middle. This was the first time we're seeing Sony's take on the 9th generation, and it was looking promising. But it's only when we go back in time that it begins to make sense. And we go back in time to Ubisoft unveiled Watch Dogs to the world, and the graphics look sick.
You can't hide from me.
The gameplay looks sick. It was supposed to be an open world with very good story, and then we thought the graphics back then had peaked because we're seeing things that weren't possible for that generation. I remember we're just coming up the strength of PS3, so we were already thinking that this game was gonna define the 9th generation. It was also meant to be the launch title for the PS4, but it got delayed because of a lot of things. But it was looking really good. Like it had smoke effects, it had realistic explosions, things that were not possible at the time. But we held on to the promise of something better. Everybody was, and you couldn't, anyone that was hyped at the point, you couldn't blame them, because if you look at the trailer, it made GTA 5 look like shit.
So the game comes out and looks like crap. The game comes out and looks like shit.
It is time to hear the truth. Watch Dogs is not the game that was advertised to us. We have played it. It is not next gen.
So, this is what happens when you way overhype and create a marketing machine that completely misleads customers on what they're about to get when the game is finally released after delays and a hush-hush conspiracy theory about a graphics downgrade. We get Watch Dogs.
Don't get me wrong, it looked good. It still ended up being a very good game. It's still, to me, to this day, it's still my favorite Watch Dogs, and I've played. Trust me, I've played all 3 of them. The game came out. It didn't look the same way it looked in the trailer, and then at that point, the PS4 launched. GTA 5 had launched too, and we saw that GTA 5 was a really good game, and the Watch Dogs 1 was meant to be a GTA 5 killer, and it wasn't a GTA 5 killer. So it was a recipe for like disaster, and plus it turns out they were actually lying, because the actual game that we saw on E3 or E3 in 2012 was actually running on a PC, not on console. It was running on a PC, and they added all those extra effects that we saw in the trailer in that version. It's not like, oh, the PC version has all those things. No, when they wanted to record the trailer, they added all those things into the recording, so it looks good, of course. You know, GTA 5 killer or GTA killer, they added all those things later so that the game comes out and looks good. And then when we finally got out, I don't even know how they thought they would pull that off. I don't know how, but it came out. It didn't look anyway. It didn't look close at all to what was in the E3 trailer. I mean, the story, again, I say the story was good. The entire vigilante guy, it was a really good story, but the problem is the harm has already been done. And again, did I mention the GTA 5 was out? Ubisoft then took a step back for 3 years, and then finally after 3 years they released Watch Dogs 2, which is meant to learn from Watch Dogs 1 mistakes by fixing a lot of things. Like the complaint they had was with the graphics, so they partnered with Nvidia, and they made the graphics looks very good in Watch Dogs 2 when it wants to look good, but it looks very good. And then for the story, since everyone said the last story was too dark, they decided to make it a little bit light-hearted. Okay, maybe they made it too light-hearted, but
Following the Capitol's Guide to Forced Obsolescence. Before some do-gooder white hat tells home how to cock-block us.
You've got a weird relationship with technology. You know that, right?
and then they fixed a lot of issues. But there was still some issues in the game that were like, another problem I had was with the multiplayer, which in Watch Dogs 1 sucked balls. Good luck finding a match or finding a game in the game or trying to match up in the game. You end up spending minutes just searching for one game. They fixed that with the new story, with the new graphics. So everything should be good, right? Everything should be okay, right? Well, no. Well, they did fix the graphics. They fixed the story, but the overall level design was so uninspired. The plot of the game was like the most generic thing I've seen. That you just go there, download this, come back, talk to some people, go back, download this, come back, talk to some people. That's the entire game. Oh, sorry. And then there's this guy that loses his marks, and then you find his marks, and then it turns out he's kind of, I don't know if he's gay. I don't even understand like the plot, but we got his marks back, and then they fixed some things, but some things are just way worse. Like, remember the thing where you could slow down the time when you're shooting in Watch Dogs 1? Focus mode. It's gone. Good driving, it's gone. Actual reasoning for doing what you're doing is gone. I have no reason why I'm going to this place to download this thing to get this person's information. I have no reason why I'm doing this. And then did I talk about the driving? Oh my fucking god, the driving, Jesus Christ. It's very slippery. The first game driving wasn't so good, but the bikes were good. Like they nailed the bikes. I mean, Watch Dogs 2 would say have like the bikes are good, but it's just too slippery. Then the deformation of the cars are just too freaking unrealistic. So Ubisoft can actually win. But it's still a good game. But it's, I mean, so like ass. I think it sold like 10 million copies or something. So like 10 million copies. And I don't think that's what they wanted. I feel like they wanted it to sell more, but it didn't. Of course it didn't.
I'm beginning to understand. There's no mystery to this man. It's the simplest things I need. Just my friends and a place to sleep. But I never fail to surprise.
So they took 3 years again and released this bullshit. It's like when they wanted to make the game, they had like a press meeting, like all the people at Ubisoft. They sat down around the table, and then they were like, "Oh, how can we make a game that is good?" And then someone at the back were like making a joke, and he said, "Oh, why don't we make you this time around play as anyone you see in the game? If you walk up to someone, you can see him and play as him. What if we do that? Then the story for the game, we totally ignore the story. Like, who needs a story? Like, I mean, then we put it in London. Then everybody in the game says, in it, bruv. And then for some reason, there's also Jamaicans with Jamaican accent for some reason. And then forget the plot, forget anything that makes sense. Forget synergy, forget writing good character, forget a main character, and then just make the game." And then he said, "Oh, I'm just joking." But the executive said, "Whoa, that's a big brain idea right there. We're doing this today. We're doing this for the next 3 years." And then they came out with this bullshit with your the main villain. The game is so bad that this is your main villain.
Bruh.
Najo Cass. And then I don't want to spoil it because I don't know if you haven't played it by this point. I envy you, bro. I envy you if you haven't played by this point. It's a guy that is in a drone for some reason, and then you shoot the drone 10 million times, then he falls out of the drone. Let me tell you what Watch Dogs is in a nutshell. It is recruit this guy, Sabine, 0 Day, Init, or Bomb, Bagley, then just blend everything together, and then you get Watch Dogs Legion. You don't actually know how much I hate this game. You have the most generic plot. There is even no plot. There is no main character. There is nobody to remember, because if you're playing the game and I'm playing the game, we have totally different experiences because we don't even have one single character in that game aside from Sabine and Bagley. That is the same. And then they had save slot issues. It was the biggest downgrade in the entire franchise. Remember the things in the 2 games where you had this battery stuff that charges when you hack? It's gone, and now they replace it with a timer for no fucking reason. And then parkour in the game is shit. How can you make parkour that you made in Watch Dogs 2 good? And then you just said, "Oh no, see all that thing we did? All the hard work you did, all the perfections we made, fuck all that, throw that out the window, and we're just gonna make this game like that." It's like they had a board. The board meeting was really, how do we piss off Watch Dogs fans and fuck up the franchise? That's what they did. And now I'm hearing they want to do like a Watch Dogs movie or something, which is gonna fail because they're not even advertising it well. See, to be honest, every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong. Like, if you think I'm lying, don't Google, as you're watching this video, don't Google anything. Tell me the plot of Watch Dogs Legion. Tell me what they're trying to achieve or what they achieved without looking anything up. And the only person I remember in that game is Mary Kelly, because her character was kind of different because she was fun. These days, Ubisoft has really been on the very, very bad side of making good and bad games. I mean, Shadows is good. Shadows is the only good game I can say they've made in a very long time. Avatar, Frontlines of Pandora, I've forgotten the name. No one talks about it again. Star Wars Outlaws, same thing. I don't even think we're going to see a Watch Dogs 4 at this point. I don't think so. I doubt it. But I'm saying, if they want to revive the franchise, this is what I feel they should do. They should go back to the drawing board and look at what worked, and I will tell you what worked. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention the Bloodline DLCs was good because we had Aiden back, and it had a plot line. We had a main character, which was Aiden, which worked, and that I feel that's what saved the game.
You're from that DedSec group in San Francisco, aren't you?
You mean the one that busted you out of a cage guarded by sweaty Eastern European gangsters?
I seem to remember that was mostly your friend. But now you're alone. This isn't a DedSec op, is it?
Even though I don't know how many copies it did, but I think that's what saved the game. But we take Aiden, even though it isn't Aiden. We take what's his name? His niece's son, Jackson, or is it Jason or Jackson? That they went. We don't know what happened to his sister when he went to the other city. Why don't you do that? Like the next Watch Dogs 4, Jackson ends up being like this revenge guy that wants to. He's not angry at his uncle, but he's angry at the guys that killed his sister too. So while he's there, he learns how to hack or learns how to do stuff. He's now like this guy. Why don't you just make it a freaking John Wick story? Because you already Aiden is already pretty much John Wick at this point. Why don't you just make a full-blown John Wick game? Even though he can hack, you shouldn't, like, okay, let's say Jackson has someone like in his comms or in his earpiece where he can talk to the person and say, oh, hack this or hack that when he wants to hack, but he's not actually doing the hacking himself because he doesn't know how to hack, but he has someone in his ears that can open doors for him and stuff. You can have something like that, take the gunplay, take the driving, and write a very dark story, because no one is telling you not to write a dark story. Write a dark story, and then you can base the movie or do that, then use that to promote the movie. Because right now we need games. GTA 6 is gonna come out and go. Like, let's say a year after GTA 6 or 2 years after GTA 6, what next? You're gonna keep on releasing Assassin's Creed? Your business is crumbling. You need to make good games. Bring back or reboot the WatchDogs series. And that's just my 2 cents. If you liked my video, okay, like it. If you have anything to say, comment it right below. Sub if you haven't. I need a Series X, and I will see you in the next one.